Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Actually, my name is Jason Chand, and that was one of my favorite lines from one of my favorite movies that I've been tormenting my family with for the last couple years. And I had to put that on there to embarrass my wife, who's also taking this class and going to be checking Blackboard here pretty soon. About me, I've been in emergency medical services for about 20 years, pretty much right out of high school. I am a paramedic now. I have been for about 15 years with City Ambulance. I live in Fortuna. I have two children and a niece that lives with me. I've been married for 17 years. Decided to go back to school after pretty much dropping out the first time around when I was right out of high school. And I decided it was time to go back and get my degree. Art appreciation, of course, is one of the requirements, or art and humanities is one of the requirements that I need to graduate. So I took the online art appreciation class because online and distance learning, independent study is really about the only way that I can get things done, working full time and having a full family at home. I don't have much an appreciation for art now, I have to admit. But one of my hobbies is stock car racing, and I enjoy watching stock car racing on television. And people always ask me, how can you watch cars go around in circles for 3 hours? Doesn't that get boring? And I have to tell them there's so much more to it that you don't see until you start to understand what's going on. So I'm kind of assuming that art's the same way, and I'm prepared to be enlightened through this class about art. I did notice the studio in the front of the book, Brancusi Studio, I believe. Hopefully I pronounced the name right. And I couldn't help but thinking that that whole studio is a big Rorschach test, and that pretty much without the artist's interpretation of what he was trying to do, you could pretty much make whatever you wanted out of it. A little bit like looking up into the clouds and trying to determine what the shapes are. So my piece of art, well, this is a piston with a valve embedded in it. I've kept it for a little over 10 years now. This is from when I blew up an engine in my stock car, and I keep it above my desk. This is art to me. This is pretty unique in that if you look in there and you know anything about engines, the valve beat itself around enough in there to actually bust a hole in the piston and melt itself into the piston to where these two pieces of metal actually, you can't tell that they were used to be two different parts. One's kind of melded into the other. So anyway, I am looking forward again to being enlightened by the class and learning a little bit more about art.